I've seen over 1,000 movies, hundreds of them musicals. I've seen the 6-time Oscar-winning film Chicago. I've seen the ultimate cult classic Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I've seen the incredibly profound South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That counts. That absolutely counts. It got an Oscar nomination for Best Song. It counts. But no, I haven't seen Singin' in the Rain, and I'm tired of people thinking that I might be dumb or something. Singin' in the Rain is considered to be one of the best movies of all time. The American Film Institute ranked it as their 10th best film ever according to their 1998 rankings, and it was upgraded to the number 5 spot with their 2007 rankings. It's looked at with such fondness now, despite the fact that at the time, it was pretty much ignored by the Academy Awards. I mean, even my videos have won an award. I earned this. The movie starts, and we are in Hollywood in 1927 at a premiere for the big silent film of the year. The stars are introduced, and the normal folk are loving it. Oh my god. Last time someone was that obsessed with an actress, the president was shot. Someone protect Calvin Coolidge! And this might sound strange, but that guy screaming really sets the tone for the whole movie, because it is way over the top and so unnecessary that it kind of becomes necessary. Our protagonist, Don Lockwood, recounts us with stories of him and his best friend Cosmo working their way up the entertainment ladder. This gives us the first impressive dance number, and my knees are hurting from watching this. Who boos that level of talent? You know, I'm glad you're about to get hit with the Great Depression. We then get a quick montage of Don working a bunch of gigs as a stuntman. The 50s didn't have the special effects that we have now. Someone actually had to do that stuff. That man died. Now we get to my favorite character of the movie, Lena. She's Don's on-screen fling in all their movies. She's beautiful, a star, and talks like this.
For heaven's sake, what's the big idea? Can't a girl get a word in edgewise?
I love her. She also thinks she's actually dating Don because the tabloids say so, even though he constantly and clearly says they aren't together. This is actually a pretty nice nod back to silent films, because back then Hollywood would just cast the same actors to do essentially the same movie. I mean, we do the same thing now, but we call them Marvel films. Don gets mobbed by fans and jumps into the car of Kathy, the film's ingenue. He gets offended because she doesn't recognize him, so he belittles her for being a stage actress and tries to put the moves on her.
Fear not, sweet lady, I will not molest you.
Oh, what a relief! But as fate would have it, Kathy is scheduled to dance at a party Don is attending, and he was so impressed with her not breaking an ankle, even though the crowd was determined to trip them up with streamers, that he has more or less decided that he is in love with her. Back on the movie lot, everyone is talking about a competing film called The Jazz Singer. They are worried because it's one of those newfangled talkies, and because it has way more blackface than this film does. But ignore that, because Donald O'Connor does some of the most intense physical comedy with Make 'em Laugh. Seriously, do yourself a favor and at least watch this clip. His movements are so fast and precise, it'll have you saying old lady cliches like,
"They don't make actors like him anymore."
I also can't explain how unbelievably fast the first half an hour is. It's a bunch of people talking like this. Plot? Ha! Stakes? Phooey! For the love of Harry S. Truman, don't ask questions. It's a 50s movie. I need some water. Slow down for a bit, you know?
Woo! I got a feeling you're fooling. I got a feeling you're having fun.
What was in my water?
It's a holiday today, it's a wedding of the baby doll. It's a jolly day, the news is spreading.
Exactly how I feel.
The movie actually does slow down a whole lot after this. The plot is that they try to turn their silent film into a talkie, and then they attempt to get lovey-dovey with an albeit purposefully exaggerated ballad from Don to Kathy. But pretty much up to this point, we've only seen her run away from him in anger, but she totally falls for him here because it's a 50s movie! Lena is getting dialect lessons for her and Don's upcoming talkie.
Can't.
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 Do I have to bleep this? Don starts to get similar lessons, but he and Cosmo start to sing and dance instead, proving what we all know. Theater kids make for awful students. I should know I was that kid. Alright class, how many minutes are in an hour? 525,600 minutes. No, that is incorrect. 525,000 moments, oh dear. No, the answer is just 60. How about love? Alright. Their talkie is a total flop, and early crowds viciously heckle it. Which is insane to me. It's a new medium. Of course it's not gonna be perfect. And who are these nobodies who are insulting a movie? I mean, I bet none of them know how hard it is to make one of those things. Now I have to finish this review quickly because I have to have my friend Pot meet Kettle. The next two scenes are the songs Good Morning and Singin' in the Rain, two powerhouse songs with spectacular choreography and incredible behind-the-scenes stories. Good Morning took 40 takes, which caused Debbie Reynolds' feet to bleed. And Gene Kelly performed the titular song with a fever of 103. For comparison, this morning I got my hand stuck in the bottom of a Pringles can because I really wanted the last chip. So, you know, we all do great things. After their flop, they decide to turn their movie into a musical and have Kathy dub over Lena. Don explains the big finale with the producer, and it is a 15-minute dance number that has nothing to do with the plot of Singin' in the Rain or really the movie within the movie.
That's the idea of the number, RF. What do you think of it?
I think that clip was longer than our war with the Kaiser. Lena gets mad that Kathy is going to be credited for dubbing her. Lena forces Kathy to continue dubbing for her without credit, is instantly exposed in the next scene, and Don and Kathy fall in love and live happily ever after because it's a bad script. Yeah, I know. The musical theater lover in me adores a lot about this movie, but the script is just all over the place. I love the first 30 minutes despite its bonkers pacing. The actors are all insanely talented, even with their pretty anemic characters. Lena was the only person with depth and a purpose, which might be why Gene Hagen was the only actor who got a nomination for the film. My main issues actually come from my musical theater side. Pretty much all the songs have no correlation with the plot, and I believe that's because this is practically a jukebox musical. Meaning most of these songs were written and existed before the script, and then they try to put a plot around it. Which, to be fair, that's kind of the case for a lot of these Golden Age musicals. But only 2 songs were written for this film. Moses Supposes and Make 'Em Laugh. And Make 'Em Laugh was totally plagiarized from the Cole Porter song, Be a Clown, which was in another Gene Kelly movie. I give Singin' in the Rain a 5 out of 10. The highs are really high, but the lows are very low. I don't know. Maybe I would enjoy seeing it as an actual stage production, but as a film, there just isn't enough to keep me that entertained. But you should 100% go and watch the musical numbers online because they are absolutely incredible and the best part. Well, besides this guy. Well, see, he's worth 2 stars by himself.
Hello, thanks for watching. Feel free to let me know what you thought about Singin' in the Rain or what I should watch next. And if you haven't already, check out the other videos I've made on The Little Mermaid and Back to the Future. Have a good one.